All right. I think it's about time we talk about one of you guys' favorites, Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to admit, you guys that are fans of L.A. Knight, you deserve better. No troll, straightforward. I'm not messing with you. I'm dead ass. You guys deserve better. You guys have been cheering for him. You guys have been going on social media, going in people's comment sections, not saying mine, going on videos, streams, wherever anybody can hear it. You fans of LA Knight have been rooting for him, have been pushing for him. And for that, I say you deserve better than what you're getting. For the people that went out there and rooted for Kofi Kingston, and they rooted for an R-Truth, and they rooted for a Big E. I'm mainly saying particular black people because these are guys that did and are starting to get recognized. And that's a good thing. I'm not going to be one-sided here. It worked for some of our people. However, some of our others. But anyway, Kofi Mania was a thing. It happened. And he was rewarded because the people wanted to see him be put in that position. How did we even get to Kofi Mania? Where'd that come from? Yo, I don't remember where that came from, yo. I think it was because of the New Day push. Anyway, rambling. By the way, if you're new here, I do wrestling content. Sometimes I kick WWE in their teeth. Sometimes I'm positive on what I like. What I like is what I like, and I don't hide what I like. We're not only negative here. I insinuate the positives as well. I do. I promise. And oftentimes I'm very, very sarcastic and I'm just joking around. 90% of the time, I really don't give a fuck. So if you're new here, subscribe. Everybody else that comes along the video, drop a like on this. We'll keep this as a modest goal of just 50 likes. You guys run me my likes. Y'all run my likes up. We get the next video out ASAP. Tell you what, I'll cut you a deal. You give me 50 likes. The moment this video hits 50 likes, I'll have another video available for you. Deal? Deal? Pinky swear? Pinky swear? Let's do pinky swear. Can we do pinky swear? All right. That was cringy and it went on for way too long. By the way, salute to Jody and Sagi. I started using the support that's been coming from the streams and started upgrading some stuff around here. So we're done with the green screen. I'm real tired of looking like a cutout of a cookie sheet. So we got the soundproofing foam behind me. We're going to improve these lights and all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to thank them and let them know, as well as anybody else going forward, that I want to thank you for your support because we're going to be making some upgrades around here. I'm about tired of looking like I'm in poverty. LA Knight, man, I don't know when the whole LA Knight train started. I think that it, to me, let me say this. My history of whether or not I'm an LA Knight fan is kind of up and down. I was a fan of LA Knight and NWA Power. Loved them there. Back when we used to stream NWA Power, I think that was every Tuesday or Wednesday in the afternoon we would stream that. I'm like, yo, this dude is dope. Then people put me on game. This was Eli Drake when he was in WWE as a bit of a test run. He didn't make it. And then they sent him over to NXT. Not NXT. We just talked about NXT. We didn't talk about NXT. TNA. Same place, same company. TNA and NXT is the same thing. Anyway, they sent him over to TNA. And in TNA, he did pretty well. From there, went over to NWA Power. Made an even bigger name for himself. Got on the radar of people with WWE. And then went over to WWE. Got into NXT. And that's where people started to love him. Now, I feel like the LA Knight that we got and Eli Drake, to me, are two different people. The whole, him sounding like Austin and The Rock, or cosplaying the cadence or whatever. All right, whatever. I've gotten used to him speaking as himself, and I accept him as who he is. I'm not looking at him as somebody that's trying to be a carbon copy or anything like that. However, what I will say is today's LA Knight, you guys love his promos. To me, his promos are pretty redundant. If you heard one, you heard them all. Most of them are all catchphrase with a little bit of substance, and that's not his fault. That's on WWE. If you look at any of your favorite wrestlers, their promos are all the same and probably about 60 to 70% catchphrase. Think about your favorites. I would say the only ones who probably are about 60% promo, 40% catchphrase and better would be CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Yeah, everybody else is pretty redundant. Cena redundant, Roman redundant, Orton redundant. Everybody else is redundant. Everybody. Cody. This is about LA Knight. So his promos don't do it for me. Let me tell y'all this up front. I am no longer an LA Knight fan. He bores me. And it's not him, the person, it's his matches. To me, his matches are like, oh my God, I can't pay attention to. You guys see me on streams. I'll watch an LA Knight match and I'll say, hey, LA Knight match is coming on. I'm going to try to pay attention. And I swear, like clockwork, something distracts me. I so easily get distracted with a LA Knight match. It's not my fault. I don't try to get distracted. It just happens. But people are still firmly in his corner. He got to WWE, he got on the main roster, and I think that this is when everybody got behind him and they didn't let go, was when he was brought up as Max Dupree. When that happened, people revolted. Oh my God, why would Vince do that to him? Why would he name Max Dupree? Why would he make him a manager, the male models, and I get it, right? Because I was like, well, that's stupid. That's going to hurt him. So Triple H, got his hands on him, gave him his name back, or maybe Vince gave him his name back. Somebody gave the boy his name back. He got his name back. So, okay, that's one win in the book. We got a win. Now, they want to go from changing his name to making him world champion. Whoa. We got steps to take here, and we have a Roman problem. Yeah, there was a Roman problem at that time. In LA Knight, while he was getting over, his promos was working for him. The crowd was massively behind him and they wanted a chance for him. That Roman monster was a big monster. It really was. And that was in the way. And it kind of halted his momentum just a little bit. To me, I felt like that was like putting Ryback against CM Punk when Ryback was getting over big time. And I swear, the moment they started putting that match together between Punk and Ryback, I said, this is the end of Ryback. This is the end. As over as he was, sometimes you just see it coming because you're not supposed to be in that spot at that moment because you're clearly not going to win. So how does that make you look? It makes you look like a feeder. It makes you look like you're just there to be fed to you're just another number on the record book. And if that's how WWE is going to position you, it's really hard to get out of that phase. But I'll give it to LA Knight because he did. He got out of it. And he went to where I believe he was supposed to go, to the mid card. And eventually he won the United States Championship. I think that was a good move for them. Now, why did they take the belt off of him and put it on Nakamura? I don't know. You deserve better if you are an LA Knight fan. Y'all didn't deserve that. Seriously, y'all did not deserve that. Eventually, he got his title back. I don't even think Nakamura ever defended the damn thing. But LA Knight got his title back. Yeah. So now it's time for him to go crazy, right? He ran into Roman's cousin or something. Got to lose that title, dog. Jacob Fatu is way too over. So to that, I'm like, damn, you LA Knight fans can't catch a break because anytime it's time for them to finally put some momentum behind the guy, he loses. So how can we realistically get him to the world title if he just keeps losing? All right, let's give him opportunities. Let's give him the King of the Ring. We're going to lose there in the first round. Let's give him Money in the Bank. We're going to lose there too. Well, good. Damn, you're taking our shots away from us. We got to get some wins, right? That's what I would think if I was a fan. But I made up a plan for LA Knight, and it's not going to happen. Let me be clear. I thought that all of this work that LA Knight's been putting in, the best reward that you can give LA Knight would be LA Knight being the one, since Cody can't do it, Since Punk won't be able to do it, Orton won't be able to do it, Truth won't be able to, all these, whoever they put in front of him won't beat Cena, right? So you got two choices. You can go with the young talent and finally get that person over and start pushing that person to the moon. Cena does the honors for him. Or you can finally pay off the LA Knight fans with the biggest moment that he could possibly wish for. And that would be beating John Cena for the title. The problem is the timetable no longer lines up. There's no other way in which we can get there. Cena has 18 more dates. In those 18 more dates, he has 3 scheduled matches. He has the match with R-Truth on Friday, which is tomorrow. He has CM Punk at, what is that, Night of Champions. And then he has a SummerSlam match. I mean, so that's down to 15 dates. Another 5 of those dates is probably just going to be appearances, and I'm sure that the other 10 dates aren't going to all be matches. So let's say 10 appearances and 5 more matches. Where is Cena going to get a chance to drop the title to an LA Knight? It needs to be on a big stage, right? So what could we do? How can we start building up the LA Knight story to make it a big story? I would say, hey, let's give him the Royal Rumble. Let's give him the Royal Rumble. And if anybody deserves a title match at WrestleMania to close out night 1 at the least, it is LA Knight. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. It's LA Knight. He deserves it. The problem is, according to scheduling and according to the John Cena story, Cena won't be there to drop it to him. Cena will already be gone. So they'll build them and they'll build them, hopefully, and they'll build them, hopefully for you. But what would be the payoff? I think that would have been the best payoff. Now it's, I don't know. And for you guys that are LA Knight fans, I feel for you as fans. Because I understand when you see something and you like it and you want the best for it, and then, you know, it finally gets that crescendo. Like the Daniel Bryan story. I was there for it. I was in the crowd putting my yeses up. I was there. I was there when Orton cashed in on them, ripped our hearts out. I felt it. And you guys that are LA Knight fans have to be feeling that way every single time this guy loses an opportunity. So I feel for you. I get it. No joke. He just bores me to death.